Let's dive into the market real quick. It's not down by much, but here's the thing. I think impatience is creeping in. That's becoming more and more obvious. Now, here's the exciting part. Today, I'm sharing some bold XRP price predictions from top chart analysts. One of them is calling for, and I quote, an upcoming surge to $23, end quote, sooner than you'd expect. Sounds wild, right? But in this phase of the market cycle, it's entirely possible. Of course, let's be real. No one can predict timing perfectly. Not a single analyst I've seen has cracked that code. But hey, the possibilities right now, they're pretty thrilling. Given where we are now, based on historical trends and key metrics, it's entirely possible, even if it doesn't feel that way right now. As I mentioned yesterday, plenty of reputable analysts are raising alarms. Take Credible Crypto and Blockchain Backer, for example. They're not guaranteeing anything, but they're cautioning that Bitcoin could climb into the mid $90,000 range. Now imagine what that could mean for XRP. Could it dip closer to $2? Very possible. Then there's Crypto Insight UK, who I also mentioned yesterday. His stance: if XRP hits $2, he's backing up the truck and loading up. Why? Because $2 represents massive support and liquidity, with buyers ready to jump in. He's not worried at all. If anything, he sees it as a golden opportunity. What would you do in that scenario? You'll see it as an opportunity. No doubt about that. Just a heads up. It could still happen, or we might just hover for a while before breaking out. Now check out this post from Julian Biddle. Julian is the head of macro research at Global Macro Investor, working alongside Raoul Pal, yes, the former Goldman Sachs executive. Raoul is the founder, or maybe co-founder, of Global Macro Investor and Real Vision. Honestly, doesn't matter. He's the brains behind it all. But back to Julian Biddle. This guy is sharp. Ever watch one of his videos? He's a walking data machine, incredibly insightful. And what did he write? Just 3 words: higher, much higher. What's he talking about? Bitcoin cycles. Folks, this isn't over. Do you seriously think this time is different? Because I sure don't. It rarely is. Whenever someone says this time is different, it usually ends up being the classic famous last words. Almost always, anyway. Take a look at these cycles over the past 15 years. It's like clockwork. A correction phase, another correction, and then you hit the banana zone. That's the fun part. And of course, during these cycles, alt seasons make their grand entrance. Ours just hasn't arrived yet. But here's the exciting part. The wildest, most exhilarating phase is still ahead of us. The ride so far has been thrilling, especially over the past 6 or 7 months. Ever since the election, things have really picked up. Sure, the last few months have been quieter with more sideways price action, but that's just part of the rhythm, especially for XRP after a big pop. What we're in now, the accumulation range, it's nothing unusual, really. It's just part of the process. Well, that's not unsettling at all, but wow, what a ride it's been. As thrilling as it was to witness XRP hit a new all-time high, the real excitement lies ahead. If history does indeed repeat itself, and I believe it will, we're about to see XRP enter price discovery for the first time in over 7 years. That's the face-melting moment we've all been waiting for. Now take a look. He's pointing out where Bitcoin stands right now. He's calling this phase the first correction after hitting what he creatively dubs the banana zone. And guess what? Another climb and correction zone could soon be in sight. Here's the thing. You see, this is all going to happen fast. Picture a sharp climb, almost vertical, and then suddenly the music stops, the party's over. By then, the goal is to have offloaded everything we need to, right? Personally, I plan to sell most, if not all, of my crypto before that moment hits, but it's coming. There are so many signs pointing to it. Even if there's a downturn, I'm telling you, the sharpest minds I follow still believe this cycle hasn't peaked yet. Not even close. Look at global liquidity. I've been emphasizing that for a reason. It's a key indicator for Bitcoin. Right now, for the first time in years, Bitcoin is breaking away and decoupling downward from global liquidity. And wouldn't you know it, just as the most exciting part of the cycle was supposed to kick off, here comes all this negative sentiment clouding the picture. I don't think that's likely. Take a look at this post from Credible Crypto on May 26. He asked, how mad would you be? The idea he floated was this: what if Bitcoin climbed a bit, tested its all-time high, then dropped back to around 106,000? Intriguing, right? Fast forward a few days, and he reposted it with an update. He said, since we took our lows before our highs, the next breach of our highs will be even more significant. He explained that if the lows hadn't come first, he might have doubted the breakout, but now the chances of the next move to new highs being a true breakout have increased. Interestingly, he sees this dip as a good thing. Structurally, he believes it makes the market healthier and sets up for an even bigger move upward. Someone chimed in asking, isn't there a risk of breaking the higher time frame structure? Here, Credible Crypto responded confidently, not even close. Any dip here screams buying opportunity before we take off, in my opinion. I truly believe Credible Crypto stands out as one of the best in the game. 467,000 followers don't lie. His accuracy, impressive. His hit rate, consistently high. Check this out. Analyst Mustache just shared a chart on the total crypto market cap, calling for an altcoin rally like we haven't seen in over 4 years. He says the God candle is coming. Now, let me ask you something. If you've been following me for at least 6 months, do you remember when I shared his posts before? I've been updating this same chart regularly. Think back, start of 2025. Remember that? He was calling for the same move, just like he did back in 2020. History might just repeat itself. Look at how it played out. Pushed above, came back down, tested the old resistance as support, and then took off. Remember me saying 6 months ago, guys, this lines up historically. It's classic. History doesn't repeat, but it sure loves to rhyme. Break the resistance, retest it as support, then shoot upward. Fast forward almost half a year into 2025, and here we are, steadily climbing higher. Funny, right? Or maybe just predictable. It was the most likely scenario all along. Don't you think history will keep following its rhythm? For 5 months now, we've been watching this unfold exactly as expected. It's not rocket science. It's just patterns playing out. Simple, isn't it? You don't need to be a genius to see the patterns. Humans just keep repeating the same cycles time and time again. It's like we're all just biological robots. Beep, boop, beep. Speaking of cycles, here's an interesting one from Mustache, the crypto total market cap chart excluding Bitcoin and ETH. It's called Total 3. He says, imagine being bearish on Total 3 right now. Why? Altcoins are on the rise after the weekly MACD flipped bullish and broke out of a 6-month downtrend. Opportunities like this don't pop up every day. Over the next few weeks and months, we're looking at a serious momentum shift, folks. Let's take a closer look at the MACD here. And hey, you don't need to be some big charting expert to get this. I'm not. And odds are you aren't either. Do you see how it's all falling into place? Take a look at this right here. It's flipping. Isn't this exactly where you thought it would happen, where you hoped it would? The answer is yes. Everything's aligning perfectly. A wild alt season is just around the corner. Next up, someone's going to grab their moment in this shift. That's it, folks. We're witnessing momentum change right here, right now. It's unfolding right before our eyes. It couldn't be clearer. Check out this post from Mikey Bull Crypto. Ethereum maintaining its strong stance. Breakout? Check. Retest? Check. Expansion coming next. I couldn't agree more. I've been saying it for months while skeptics claimed Ethereum's done, it's over. Back when it was $1,400.00, people doubted. Now it's nearly doubled. Funny how the loudest complaints on social media happen at the point of maximum opportunity. And that's exactly what we saw. So I thought, this doesn't add up. Markets find their bottoms, recover, and move on. And guess what? It's climbing fast. That's exciting because it often signals the start of altcoin season. Could we be in for a repeat? Let's find out. Check this out. Crypto Insight UK posted about the XRP/ETH pair, pointing out bullish divergences forming across daily, 4-hour, and hourly charts. The takeaway? This cycle, XRP is set to crush ETH's performance. It already has, but it's likely to outpace ETH even more dramatically going forward. Sure, ETH might see a short-term spike, but it won't matter in the grand scheme. And here's another bold call from Crypto Insight UK. An aggressive XRP move is loading. Things are about to get interesting. He's aiming to push past $4.00 in the short-term TINIA, and he's not alone. Plenty of chatter out there suggests we might see some serious price action soon. Take this hot take from chart analyst Cryptos, for example. He predicts XRP could break out of its falling wedge consolidation, eyeing a magnet level of $2.94. And if that happens, he believes XRP might skyrocket even higher and fast. Now, I'm not saying every analyst I follow agrees, but there's definitely some buzz. While most aren't calling it a done deal just yet, there's a sense that something big could be brewing, maybe even as soon as today or tomorrow. It could happen any day now, and everyone seems to agree on that. Sure, some say it might take a few more weeks, but honestly, after waiting years, what's a little more time? The anticipation is palpable. Check out this insight from chart analyst Ali Martinez. A golden cross between the XRP MVRV ratio and its 200-day SMA could signal the next big breakout. See that yellow line? It's climbing and it's sparking a lot of optimism everywhere you look. The sentiment is clear. Big things are coming and the best is still ahead. Arc Defender is back with an exciting update. XRP is shaping a new wave structure on the weekly chart, signaling a potential surge to $23. This aligns with previous targets and mirrors the historical pattern from November 2024. In the short term, XRP is eyeing $18.22 to $23.20, with $5.85 standing out as a key midpoint target. Will this actually unfold? Who knows, but it's far from unreasonable. History often repeats itself in crypto, and chart analysts tracking XRP consistently highlight similar patterns. So if you're wondering whether your shot at life-changing gains is still on the table, the answer is simple: absolutely. Nothing's ever guaranteed. But seriously, what are your thoughts? I mean, I'm leaning towards something big happening here. Honestly, I'd be shocked if we don't get at least somewhere near double that. Wouldn't you? It's not a prediction, I'll admit. I don't know for sure. But wouldn't it be surprising if we didn't get close to that point? Check this out. Steph in crypto just posted the final XRP wave starts now. He's eyeing XRP climbing near that $30.00 mark, maybe even slightly higher. I know because he's called it multiple times before. Confidence is still high, and Steph nailed the last XRP breakout, so credit where it's due. And here's another gem from the great Matsby. He shared an XRP/USD chart saying, I mentioned Doge bottoming in April with a potential $4.00 target. If Doge can hit $4.00, what's XRP's max potential this cycle? How about $47.00? Bold call, right? Makes you wonder if Doge has that kind of room, what's stopping XRP from going for gold? So here's the thing. When I start seeing price predictions like that for this cycle, I can't help but feel a little skeptical. Don't get me wrong. I'm always happy to share my perspective, even if I think some of these ideas might be a little out there. After all, I'm just another person with an opinion. It's no more valid than yours or his. And hey, I could totally be wrong. No ego here. If I'm off the mark, I'll gladly eat my words and celebrate right there with you. If someone's out there selling at $47, I'll be the loudest one cheering them on. But personally, I've got my doubts. It's all I'm saying. I wouldn't go so far as to call it impossible this cycle, but if I'm being honest, I don't think it's even close to probable. That said, to be fair, the guy did clarify. He mentioned that's the max potential, not a guarantee we'll actually hit it. So for what it's worth, I'm still here watching, curious to see how it all unfolds. XRP is as volatile as ever, so approach it with caution. Meanwhile, there's buzz from the Daily Hodl about Bitcoin being on the verge of a major move. According to crypto trader Altcoin Sherpa, once Bitcoin smashes through a key resistance level, things could heat up fast. Sherpa, who's well known in the crypto world with 246,900 followers on X, formerly Twitter, shared his take. Quite simple. If Bitcoin breaks $110,000, we're going to send pretty hard. Until then, altcoins will probably just chop and slightly bleed down. If that's how it plays out, I'm ready to wait as long as it takes. Patience has always been my secret weapon in investing, and it's paid off. Staying ahead means playing the long game, and I'm here for it. So let's see where this goes. Fair point. Here's why I'm really sharing this article. I don't need to dissect the whole thing, but this quote seriously caught my eye. Check this out. The funny thing is, Ethereum probably still hits $10,000. Even with ETH/BTC being down, no clue what happens short or midterm, but $4,000 should be here in the next few months, as long as Bitcoin holds steady. Now, imagine that. If Ethereum actually reaches $10,000, which, by the way, another analyst believes is totally realistic, it's a game changer. Honestly, I can't think of any analysts I follow who've laid it out quite like this. Maybe there are one or two out there, but this feels different. I'm not sure. I could be wrong, but I haven't come across any analysts I follow who think Ethereum hitting $10,000 is some wild or unrealistic prediction. It's not controversial. It's very much in the realm of possibility. Here's why I bring this up. If ETH does hit $10,000, and XRP once again rises to match Ethereum's market cap, competing for that 2 spot, do you know what XRP's price would be? $20.00. Yep, $20.00. That's why I keep saying this isn't far-fetched. There's no guarantee it'll happen, sure. But is it possible? Absolutely, 100%. It's reasonable to think it could. What do you guys think? Could XRP follow ETH's lead? Let me know your thoughts. All right, time to wrap things up. Can we take a moment to celebrate? No coughing. Woohoo! honestly, I'm surprised. Before hitting record, I was coughing like crazy, but hey, sometimes the universe throws you a win, right? Anyway, let's call it a day. Quick reminder, I'm not a financial advisor, so don't make any big money moves based on what I say here. Seriously, that would be a terrible idea. Until next time, stay smart and take care.